So the other day I was talking to the good people over at US Games, and I was like, I have got to review this deck. This is unlike anything that I have. So US Games sent this over, and I would like to thank US Games. This is a beautiful gift. I can tell from just looking at the box. I mean, it's a quality box. If you got a quality box, that's a really good start, okay? So I want to thank them for sending this over for the purposes of doing an honest review. And that's what we're getting ready to do. So let me show you the box real quick. Look at that. In case you would like to read. Now this is interesting. So this deck is going to teach us how to read palms. I have another deck that teaches you how to, it's called the Wisdom Keepers. It teaches you how to read the, what is it called? Is it called I Ching? I think that's what it's called. I have one over there you can see in the frame that teaches you how to read runes. So there's a lot of different decks that teach you how to do other divination systems, and I think that's cool. So today we're going to take a look at this one, and we're going to learn a little bit about palmistry. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it to anyone and everyone who might like it too. Also, please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, please email me or hit me up on social media. I'll be glad to take care of you. All my information is underneath this video. And at the very top, I'm going to put a link to where you can get a legitimate copy of this deck. There are a lot of fakes on the market. As soon as a deck comes out, somebody in a basement somewhere buys that deck and starts copying it. And you can always tell because the quality is different, but you can't always tell until you get your hands on it. So I always give you guys a link to where you can get one and know that it is legitimate. Now, the first thing I notice here, you're going to see this. Check this out. See? It opens from the bottom. It doesn't open from the top or the side. So that's the very first thing I noticed. Remember I said it was a great box? I was not lying. It is very sturdy, but you do have to be careful of that because if I wasn't paying attention, I could have dropped this. So that's important to remember because there's no magnetic closure at the bottom. But it's still a very hardy deck. I mean, a very hardy deck. A very hardy box. My favorite kind. Now, this is the guidebook. Hefty, hefty. This is important. It must have a good guidebook because I know nothing about palmistry. So I need to know. It's in full color. It's really pretty colors too. Very bright and vivid colors. Good table of contents. I do not see... I don't see a spread, but I do see them explaining every aspect of the hand. So I take it into account. Let's see the beginning. Yeah. So I take it into account. If I pay attention, I will know how to read. Oh, it comes in another box. So the box is inside the box inside the box. Ain't that something? So it's nothing happening to these cards ever. Look at that. These cards are protected with Teflon. Like, wow. This is the back of the box. Hot pink is my thing, baby. I love pink. I love all pink. And this is a tuck box. This is a standard tuck box. So, if you're the kind of person who doesn't have a lot of space, you can actually take this out. Wait a minute. I just made a grave error. And I don't think mine are in order because of it. So, let me see. I don't know if they're in order at all. So, we're going to see. Let's take a look. First thing I want to show you is the card size. This is the back. Beautiful backing. It is the size of a standard tarot deck. This is not a big card. Look at that, people. Not bad at all. Not too thick. Not too thin. Nice jump back. Not too glossy either. It will not cause you any problems when taking pictures of it. Okay. Let's take a look at this artwork. That's what I'm always here for. I'm here for the artwork. I love the size of these. US Games has been doing a lot of a lot of oracle decks in smaller sizes, and I'm really feeling this is a smart choice, because one of the things that people always complain about is the size of the cards, and oracle decks are notorious for being humongous. Now, I don't have small hands, so that doesn't bother me, but I know a lot of people with smaller hands that tell me that they struggle with certain decks. So I have noticed that the last a lot of the US games decks that I've looked at in the past couple of months have been a really cool size. So that was a very good choice, because I feel like anybody can shuffle these, like somebody with big hands, somebody with small hands, and that's good. I think some of the older card stock and the size of it had a lot to do with the artwork, and some kind of way they're showing the artwork really good, and at the same time they've made it smaller. So I'm feeling that. And you know, another thing, I just noticed this when I just saw this deck. There's diversity in here, and I'm thinking to myself, if they can put diversity in a deck that has nothing but hands, it's nothing but hands, and I can see different, like, you know, that one, this one right here, I think I see a blue hand. I'm seeing all kinds of different like intergalactical, interdimensional, you know, extra dimensional type yeah, this is the blue hand type diversity here. And I'm like, you know what, this is amazing, because so many decks have no diversity at all, and this is one that didn't even really have to, but they did. They made sure that they did, and I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that a lot. That says a lot about the creator. That says a lot about the artist. And it says a lot about the company, as far as that they're inclusive, truly inclusive, and not just pretending to be. I really like that. And I've gotten like 2 or 3 US games decks recently, and they all included that. So I'm really feeling that. Good job. US games is making some really good choices. When I first started to get decks, I used to only get indie decks because I thought they had better quality. Now I'm seeing that these bigger companies are catching up, or have caught up. They've really got it. They got it now, because I'm like, wow, the quality that you get for a $20, $30, $40 deck is way better than it was 10, 15 years ago. So I'm feeling that. And let's talk about this artwork, because I'm going to pull one of these cards and we're going to look at it in depth to try to get an idea of how we can do palmistry with it. Right now, I just see that they're really beautiful. I love the artwork. And the art is very busy, but it's very beautiful. I love the way it's done. I love the different depictions that are in here. So Mars is a god. So now we got some god energies going on. Jupiter is a god. I don't know, are these, I think they're Greek, if I'm not mistaken. Saturn is a god. Apollo is a god. Oh, Mercury. Mercury is another god and a planet. Yeah, these are gods and planets. Well, they were named after them, so that makes perfect sense. Beautiful. I like that one a lot. Looks like he's tying his shoe. Mercury is known for speed, so I feel like he's tying his shoe so he can go on a message. Mercury delivers messages for the gods, so he has to be quick. Beautiful. I like that. I like the choices. The sky is interesting. How they do the little dots for the sky, the blue dots for the sky, instead of just doing a straight blue sky. I think that's really interesting. The Mount of Luna. Ooh. Looks like witches dancing around the fire. I'm with that. I've done that before. I did a Beltane ceremony once, and we were in the woods dancing around the fire. We weren't naked though, but we were dancing around the fire, and it was fun. It was a great ceremony, just honoring the earth, honoring each other, honoring fertility. It was beautiful. Heart. I think people think that we go out in the woods and dance and do things that are nefarious, you know, like drinking blood or something. And I'm like, oh, no, we just danced and ate cakes and lit candles and sung songs, held hands, and You know, called upon nature to be good to us and for us to be good to nature for another season. So yeah, so you this is the kind of deck you definitely are going to have to work with the guidebook. You're going to have to, because unless you already know palmistry, and I feel like if you already know palmistry, you might not necessarily need this deck. This seems like a teaching tool to me. And if you already do know palmistry, it could be something that reinforces what you already know as well. So that's good too. And these would be fun to add to a tarot reading. Like I would do a tarot reading and then I would pull some oracle cards and then I would pull these last. Just to see how they tied into what the person already got. I guarantee they're going to tie in some kind of very cool way. And then after you've known the deck for a little bit of time, you more than likely can use these to do altar work too, once you know what the energy of the card is. Because certain cards, like for example Jupiter you could always use when you're trying to expand something in your life. Jupiter is known for expansion, and I would say, you know, blessings. So let's say you're trying to bring more money into your life. Jupiter would be a great one to put on the altar, especially if you have a prosperity altar. So I feel like you can use these in those ways as well, without even getting into, you know, we haven't even gotten into the palmistry aspect yet. And we already have, you know, several different ways to use this deck. I love that. I love how the moon is in her fingertips. Isn't that cool? And like I said, they're different shades. Like this one is one shade of brown. This one is a different shade of brown. And this one is a shade of, like, I don't know, peach. So this person could be like from Costa Rica. This person could be like from the States. This person could be like from Ghana. You know what I mean? So it's like a nice little global look we have going on here. This reminds me of Kuan Yin so much. Beautiful. Automatically took me to the Sun card in tarot. I wonder if it's about happiness. Time. I like this. I might take this with me. I'm going on vacation and I think I'm going to take this with me because I think it would be really fun, you know, when I'm not doing anything and I'm just relaxing. I think it would be a lot of fun to see, because I don't know anything about palmistry, but I'm sure it could be a cool addition to any reading, especially like if I meet somebody like out and about in the world. I don't have my cards with me, you know, so it would be kind of cool to look at their hand and be like, okay, well, I can see this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking that since I'm already clairvoyant, that might be really helpful. Beautiful. Yeah, these are awesome. The artwork is really cool. They're really awesome. And see, for me, that's what it's all about. Because if I don't like the artwork, I'm not going to use the deck. That's the one deterrent for me. If I get a deck and I'm not feeling the art, I'm not going to use it. I don't care how good of a teaching tool it is. The art really has to touch me. And this art does touch me. It pulls me in. The bright colors pull me in. And there's so much going on. Like I keep getting drawn to different areas, you know, of the card. Now we got a gray person. This person could be from, like, I don't know, a different planet maybe. That's cool. Hey, I'm waiting for the aliens to drop any day, I swear. Oh, now we got a pink person. See, I like that. I love that. I love when you bring in different things like that. I love the inclusivity, I think is the word for it. I love that. It's beautiful. And there are a lot of cards here too. Like, this is not a small deck. I think it's, what did it say, 50 when we first opened it up? It's a lot of cards here. And flexibility. Alright guys, now we're going to get to the piece of resistance, okay? I am going to pick one that I'm crazy about. And we're going to figure out how does it teach us to read palmistry. And how easy or difficult of a task that may be. So this is the Earth card. Very pretty. So first of all, I'm going to see if I can find the card. So of course there was the table of contents. I believe it was in the very beginning. Yes, it was table of contents. So you just go to the very beginning. Look for Earth. It's on page 40. Okay. Alright, now let's see if we can figure this out. It says aspect of the hand. An earth hand, also called a practical hand, has a square palm and short fingers. Oh, it's the kind of hand. So this person has a square palm with short fingers. Is that mine is? Is that the wrong hand? I think it's this one. Okay, so isn't mine? I think I have a short hand with square fingers now. I can't tell. Okay, so the first thing is figuring out the hand. Okay. It says it is characterized by being in close contact with the concrete elements of life and enjoying earthly aspects such as food, sex, and nature. The earth is solid. It nourishes us. And although on the surface, from a human perspective, it appears motionless, under its thin crust, it is alive and full of pleasure. And full of pressure. Listen to me talking about pleasure. This kind of hand indicates that we have our feet on the ground. We can handle great physical exertion and embody honesty, dedication, and clarity of purpose. And on here, look at this. That's up close. That's what it should look like. I think that might look like my hand. I can't tell. I'm going to have to look at all the hands and see which one is mine. So that's the first thing. When you first get the deck, look at all the hands and see which one is yours. So it's going to be several different hand types. See, here's the fire hand. So there's all different types of hand types. And then you got to look at the nails. So you have to look at every aspect of the hand. Divinum. Okay, here's the meaning. Okay, so let's say when you get this card, what does it mean? The earth is the force that sustains us, that can make trees grow. Let us allow ourselves to be guided by its natural rhythms and to instinctively understand the right time for everything. Let us move the body. Let us listen to it. Let us enjoy life simply. The earth is drying up. Can you hear the rivers flowing deep? Okay. So if you get this one, you got to take a look and see if this is your hand. And that's your message. So if you get this card, even if this is not your hand, that is your message. It's about the earth and getting in tune with the rhythms of the earth. So I would ask somebody, if they got this card, what is their relationship with the earth? Do you love the earth? Do you honor the earth? Do you go to the oceans? Do you go to the rivers? Do you recycle? You know, I would ask them earthy kind of questions based on the divination. And then, of course, I would use the top part to figure out if that is how their hand looked. So if you're going to do this on the phone with a client, you're going to have them take a picture, a clear picture of their hand so you can see. That's really interesting. Okay. All right. We got time. Let's do another one. Let's do another one that I'm crazy about. Let's see another one. I like this one a lot. Let's see what message Mercury has. Mercury. When Mercury goes retrograde, oh my goodness, the whole earth knows. So let me see. So Mercury is on page 60. Again, easy to find. Just had to read it down. And we're going to see what they say about Mercury. It says Mercury is aspect of the hand. The pinky finger is that of intuition. So let me see. It's this way. Yeah, this one. Alright, so my pinky. Let me put it out like that. Alright, so we're going to check out my pinky finger just for a moment. And then we're going to read on it. Okay. The pinky finger is that of intuition, dialectical and commercial skills, but also of the relationship with one's family of origin, with the tight cardinal relationship with another, and finally with one's inner child. It is connected to the god Mercury, who appears frequently in mythological tales. Many of his attributes are recognizable in the personality of the archetypal Mercurian. Hope I said that right. He is famous for the wings of his sandals. That's why he's tying his sandals, which made him the messenger of the gods. So that particular finger has to do with my inner child and my family. But I don't understand, what is it saying though? What about my inner child and my family? So then I got to go a little bit further. Yeah, I got to go a little bit further and look at some more of the cards, because what I want to know, I'm like, okay, so now I know that, but what does that mean about it? Like, does my finger show good, or... Oh, there's general information on how to do. Okay, how to read how to read more. Okay, so you got to read the front of the book to get more of that information that I'm asking about right now. So we haven't read that part yet. It says here that this deck is good for doing an inspirational card, a card of the day, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So these are good spreads that you can do right there in the front as well. All right, that's cool. So let's finish up with Mercury. It was on page 60. We didn't look at the bottom part. The bottom part is the divination meaning. To the Greeks, Mercury was a teacher, a god, a king who could perform magic, transmit wisdom and right. He brings the desire and ability to communicate with others on many levels. He guides our relationship with money, sex, and our ancestors. Not only that, but he is also the carrier of dreams that guards and transmits the messages of childhood that still exist in us. Now is the time to listen to your inner child. It will know how to guide you to the places of inspiration, to the root of what you need. This is cool. So, all right, so that's your message. If you get this, it's about listening to your inner child. And then it's about that particular finger. So when you read the other ones, so then you will be able to tell what is it talking about. So that's really decent. Okay. It's different aspects of the hands, the fingers, the nails. All right. I like that a lot. Let's see. I want to see the nails, because I don't understand what the nails have to do with it. I want to see what it says about nails. Wow. And see, the thing about this is that it probably, for me, this would draw me to get a book on palmistry. So now I want to know more. You know, it's just opening up Pandora's box for me. Nails are a window to our health and temperament. Healthy nails can be firm, compact, and strong. The color is uniform and the shape is in harmony with the rest of the hand. This is not always the case, and even the way we care for our nails speaks volumes. Long ones indicate sensitivity and low resistance. Short nails are a sign of an organized and methodological nature, which may tend toward anger. Oh my God. And I am dealing with anger issues right now. That's crazy. Square ones reveal a temperament that is lively and curious about everything. Fanned out suggests susceptibility. So mine are showing that I am organized, methodical, and tend toward anger. Well, I'm very methodical, a little organized, and I'm right now dealing with anger. So that's very interesting. Anger that I've always had and didn't deal with. So that is interesting. I got to give them that. With our nails, we scratch, but we also softly etch wax. Let's protect the most delicate part of our hands, which we bite when we are nervous. Let's play the harp and paint our nails. Nails teach us that everything depends on how you use what you have. Ah. And I'm supposed to get my nails done this week. I'm getting them painted. So that's cool. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. I do feel like it greatly explains. Like, take a look at this one. This is a whole different part of the hand. Up there is the wrist area. So the bracelet area, that's what that one is talking about. So I definitely do enjoy that aspect of it, and it has a lot of information. But I feel like after learning the different parts of the hand, you're going to need a second book on palmistry. I guarantee it, because the second question I immediately have is, okay, now I know all this, how do I put it together to actually do a reading? So I would have to go a little bit further with this, but this is an awesome way to learn that. I'm going to take these on vacation with me and try to learn the different aspects of the hand, and I'm going to look at some of my friends' hands and see what I can learn from staring at them. This definitely does make me want to do palmistry, and that's really weird for me because I've never been interested in palmistry. So this is really cool. I mean, I've heard about it, I've read about it, and when I was a kid, had this poster that showed you how to read your hand, but I was like 5. I haven't seen this since I was like 7. So I'm like, this is really cool. I really think that I can learn a lot from this. I would like to add this to my readings. So in the meantime, I'll just use the cards and use the divination meanings in my readings. And then, like I said, after the fact, I can use a palmistry book and what I've learned from this deck and go further. So I do recommend this deck. I highly recommend this deck. If you want to learn something new, if you want to challenge, this is a great introduction. If you want to add something to your readings you're already doing, this is perfect. I like it for a lot of different reasons, and the guidebook gives you information, but it's not a lot of information. So it's like it just wets your whistle a little bit. It's not like taking a course. You know, it's just like, okay. And you can actually, you know, put them in order that they come in the if you want to, put them in the order that they come in the table of contents, and learn each aspect of the hand. And then when you're done with that, in a couple weeks, couple months, whatever, then get you a book on palmistry and see how it all comes together. So this is really cool. So I will definitely be putting the link underneath the video in case you guys want to buy this, and you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.